just come to our chi ball to begin with. Lovely. Let's let the shoulders soften a bit there. Can we let the jaw relax a little? The eyes soften. Perfect. Let's expand our ball just gently, just about waist, body width. Lovely. And then draw it in. 2 more, nice and slow, noticing the fingers. And draw back in. 1 more. Open. Fingers all spread out. Lovely. Bring it back in. Check in with your posture again. Can we relax the shoulders a bit more? Can we soften the jaw? Lovely. Can we notice the toes for a second and give them a wiggle? And then back to the fingers. So we're going to go for 6 open and closes with the breath. They can be a bit bigger than they were before. Just go to where your limits are. So I'm going to expand this ball. I'm going to take a nice breath in. I'm going to close it, bring it back together. Nice exhale. Few more. Nice and flowing. Open out. And draw in. Bringing palms back together. Open. And draw in. Couple more, spreading out. Bring back in. Last one. You can go as big or as small as you want to go. Release. Scoop and bring it back into the body. Lovely. Bring that ball into the abdomen. So we're going to got my hands interlocked. I'm resting them on my belly there. And I'm just going to let the shoulders go. Have a little bit of a check-in with ourselves, with our space. So was there anywhere in particular in the body anyone wanted to work today? I've got a few ideas. Okay, I thought we could run through my little health routine, if that's cool for you guys. This is going to be, I know I say this all the time, one, I'm going to be recording, but now I've got my new headset, I will record it and I'll pop it on YouTube. So I thought it'd be a good time to sort of go over it, as it's going to be something that, yeah, you're welcome to access and follow along to as well. So we go from the open and close into an abdominal massage. I'm probably going to stand up now so you can see me a little bit better. Just turn my camera. Lovely. So we take this pressure into the abdomen here. We always check in with our posture in between these movements. So we're going to go for a circle. We're going to make a little bit of pressure and it's going to draw around the whole abdomen. Draw a nice big circle. Gentle pressure. We don't want this to be too uncomfortable, but we also want to feel a little bit of movement and motion into the body. We're going to go for like 6 to 9 times, a couple more than 3 today. Lovely, 1 more. Hopefully that's feeling a bit of warmth in the belly. And then we can reverse it. So I'm going to bring everything back now. So. One or 2 more. And bring it back to where you started. Let's just check in with those feet for a moment. Do they feel nice and secure? Attached to the earth. Nice bit of anchoring. Can we let the head draw a little bit higher into the sky? Chin's not too extended. We can drop it down just a little bit there. Excellent. We'll let the hands release. Lovely. Take a little bit of notice. Okay, palms come to the front of the body here. Nice and soft. We're going to draw up to chest height. Have a little notice and let that sink down. Everything's softening. Lovely. Drawing up. And sink down. One more time. Arms float up. And then sink. Everything soften here. Let all the tension go. Lovely. Yeah, feel free to have a move around. Just going to shut a door so my dog's a little less interrupting. I'm sure he'll still interrupt, but at least that's one less doorway he can enter and exit. Okay, so we're going to get those arms up again now. We're going to go for our little push and pull. If you can only do 3, then you only do 3. We're going to aim for a couple more, but you just find your own limits here. So we're going to draw up nice and soft, nice and floaty. Have a little check in with that horizon point, and then palms are going to raise up. Fingertips are going to face towards the sky. Lovely. And then we're going to push out. So I'm going to go for a little bit more of an extension there. Don't want to be popping any shoulders out, but we're going to push out. So we'll really feel it. Then we're going to let the fingers relax, elbows relax, shoulders relax. And then we're going to pull, draw in just a little bit of a way into the chest. Lovely. And then we're going to push out. Palms are going to go. Pushing out, guiding that out to our nice limit. And then soften, 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 soften. Draw in. One more, just like that, thinking about the movement. Pushing out. Soften and draw in. You can come out one more time. And then we'll let that all just sink down. Arms come to nice soft position. Have a little move, have a little wriggle there. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to go for 3 of those pushes and pulls with the breath now. So we're focused on the movement. Now maybe just let the movement go a little bit. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine, exactly like it did just then. Let's just see if we can release that a little bit and think about the energy that's moving and the breath that's happening. Okay, so let the hands relax at the front of the body. We're going to draw up to the horizon, little check-in. Bring those fingers up to the sky. We've got definite a bit more tension there. And then we're going to push with the exhale and draw in with the inhale. Push and pull. Push and pull. Push out with the exhale. Take one more breath, hold it there. And soften with the exhale, everything releases. Lovely, let that all come out. Have a little wriggle. Have a little wriggle. Move the spine around. Lovely. Loosen any tension that's come from in the shoulders there. Okay, so we're going to go into our lift the moon one. So this is going to be moving lots of stuff in the belly still. We are going to be popping our head down a little way. As it's hot, we'll just break in between these. We won't go constant with this movement. We'll do a movement, then we'll have a breath, then we'll do a movement. So it'll be nice and slow. It doesn't have to go as low as me either. So just have a little check in with where your kind of spine movement is today. If you were to reach down and it not to be uncomfortable and not to pull in anything, where would it get to? So my fingers today have only reached about my knees. I think if I go any further, I'm going to really be feeling that somewhere. So let's just bring the spine back up. Nice and neutral. And then let's just have a feel of that one more time. So just focusing on the spine coming down. Noticing the whole spine move. And then draw back up. Bring it back. Lovely. Is that feeling okay for everyone? Okay, so we're going to go for lift the moon. So just watch me for 2 seconds, otherwise you won't see. So I reach down if you haven't seen this movement before. Sometimes I'm lower. Today, that's where I'm going. I'm going to draw the hands up. So nice straight hands. When I get to chest height, I'm going to cup the moon. So I'm making this, I'm trying to find the right camera, making this circle shape with the hands. And then I'm going to take it up, maybe just to about where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then I'm going to release with a nice big circle. Okay, and then I'm going to take a breath here because I don't want us to overdo it. So we'll have a little flow as I draw up and bring in the breath in. As I let go, the arms go, the breath goes, the tension goes all at the same time. So whenever you're ready, you can just find that starting position first, wherever the spine wants to go. And then whenever I'm ready to take in a breath, I'm going to draw palms up. Grab my moon. Take it up to the sky. Release. Take a breath here. One more inhale. And exhale. And you can take it down. We can draw up with a comfortable to take our next inhale. Grab the moon. Take it up. And release. Little pause. And one more. Calming down. Drawing up. Grab our moon. Take it up. And soften. Just calm down. Lovely. And just take another pause. Have a little check-in. Is everyone doing okay? Okay, excellent. So we only did like 3 of those with the breath today, but I feel like that's probably enough. I felt like I got something from it already, so we don't need to push it any further than that. So let's do a little bit of gathering now. So my palms are going to open. Let's just check in with this movement at a very basic level. We're going to open palms. Feel the shoulders open, elbows open. And then I'm going to draw the palms just very slowly back into the body. Lovely. Let the thumbs guide this movement. Open with the thumbs. And draw back in. Lovely. One more. Thumbs opening. And draw back in. everything soften. Have a wiggle if you need to. Okay. So we've got this little bit of opening started already. I'm just going into these slowly today so we can see our limits. Okay, so let's go to that open wherever was comfortable here. It doesn't have to be as wide. Maybe you want to bring it in a notch now. And we're going to gather and scoop with the palms above the head. Or just up to the forehead if you don't want to lift arms above the head. Okay, and then we're going to bring palms down past the center of the head there, past the chest, down into the tummy, down the legs. Give the toes a little wiggle, see if they've picked up some messages. Open palms. We're going to go for 2 more. You can add the breath if you like. So we can scoop with the inhale. And palms come down nice and slow with those exhales. Lovely. Open, scoop. And bring down. Can bring down and rest palms on the belly. So it's just a little gather, bring that energy straight back in, everything we've worked with. Do lots of little top-ups today to keep us going. Can relax the shoulders, soften the knees, let the jaw soften again. We'll just pause for a moment there. Find the breath. And take one more nice deep belly breath in through the nose, expand the belly. And release. Have a little come out of that. Have a little wriggle. Feel free to have a little walk around if you're standing or seated. Just a little move around. Little notice of all those joints moving now. Lovely. Oh, okay, let me just check in with you guys. How long have I got? We're doing okay for time. Oh, my son's just about to come through. Sorry, everyone. Oh, it's going to try and go round. Oh my God, the camera is probably going to get knocked over. That was scary. Okay, so that was one of the routines I've been working on, which was just kind of an all-over health routine, lots of tummy focused stuff, because I really feel like there's a big connection between the gut and lots of illnesses. I've also been working on a routine of a few movements together for fibromyalgia. So I thought maybe we could just have a little look at that. But Deborah, I know you're a new student to me, but how do you feel about being chucked in at the deep end?
That would be brilliant because I've got fibromyalgia.
Okay, okay, awesome. So one of the techniques I haven't ever showed you guys, and I know some of you have been having lessons with me for a year now, so we're all be in the same boat, but I feel like maybe you trust me enough to listen to a different technique. Okay, so we've worked with Qi, and probably some of us have felt a bit of Qi, and we've worked with gathering and bringing it into the body. Well, you probably know, or you might not, that Qi and Qi is the same. So the key I'm talking about is the Reiki. You've heard of Reiki. That K and I is the same as my chi. Okay, it's just their translation of it. So it's all this similar kind of energy stuff. Now, I don't do Reiki because I don't like to kind of mix my energy into other people's because I feel like I've got a lot going on and maybe I don't want to transfer that. But what I can teach you is to do it on yourself. Okay, so I haven't taught you guys this before, but this is part of the fibromyalgia routine, is that I was going to do it into the knees. And I know that there's a few of us in here with knee pain. It seems to be there's chest, neck, and shoulder pain, rib pain, and knee and hip pain. Does that feel like I'm covering? So where I've kind of gone for is working through these points. So the way it starts is with the ball. So we all check in with that idea. Okay, so we can have a little pulse of our ball. And Deborah, when I first get people working with a chi ball, we really use the imagination to start with. So you can imagine this is something. And I always say mine's like a golden dragon egg, but it can be like a wispy ball of light. It can be cloud. It can be whatever you think that might be. Some people get into this quite quickly. And I'm always happy to hear what you see or feel because it always seems like it goes in patterns. People are seeing and feeling a similar thing when I work with them, which is really fun. Okay, so we've got our ball. We can do maybe 3 breaths just to get a little bit of this feel again. Open and expand and draw back in. Open and expand and draw back in. One more time. Open. It doesn't have to be the same size as you started. Just bring it back in. Having a little check with that now. And then I'm going to adjust my camera so you can see what I'm doing here. Sorry, dog. Just shoo the dog out the way. Okay, so I've got my ball here. I'm going to take it to where I want to go now. We're working with the knees, but you could always do this in a different area if there's one that you want to work with. So I'm going to take that over to the knee. I'm going to place it around it. I'm going to imagine that that orb, that ball, that sphere is going into the knee joint here. Okay, and I'm going to go for that open and close, and I'm going to direct and consolidate when I squeeze in into the knee. I'm not touching the knee, but feel free if you want that like extra feedback. So I'm going to open and expand, and then I'm going to direct into the knee. Any of that light or warmth or energy, anything you connected with can join into that space. We'll do 3 more. Expand and draw in. Open. Consolidate. Moving the chi into the knee space or joint. One more time. Open. Bring it in. We're going to push that all into the joint. The hands are actually going to come onto the knee now. Okay. And we're going to go for a little bit of a knee massage. We're going to massage into the joint. Lovely. Around the kneecap. And then we're definitely going to get into the back of that knee. So you guys have probably got a little bit more access, some of you to the sides of your knee, but as you can see, I'm a little bit restricted about which bits I can touch. But
yeah, it's tricky to get at the back.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? You've got metal there. The back of the knee is a really good place to work, okay? There can be blockages of energy, but also other fluids can get blocked there, and it's good for lymphatic drainage too, but we're just moving that all around. So if the chi wasn't successful, we've got the blood flow to help, okay? Excellent. And just have a little rest, have a little wriggle with the fingers there. They might not want to go straight into the other side straight away. Maybe a little just bit of self-care for those hands that are really helping with a lot of this work today. Lovely. Okay, little flick maybe. Just have a little pause. Okay, you're joining me now, are you, dog? Okay. And then we'll go back to our ball. We want to bring it again so we can scoop it up from the earth itself. We can just create it with the mind space. We'll have a couple of open and closes just to get that idea flowing. Little chi ball, open, expand, and draw in. Lovely. Open. Bring it in. Have a little squidge. Is it nice and consolidated? And let's take it over the knee. So it's going to draw down over the knee joint, imagining if it was like a nice warm ball, but that's gone into the joint there. Okay, so I've got that idea, and then we can expand and open into this space. Open and close. Open and close. Pushing in, imagine it. Bit in the whole of the knee joint. Couple more times. Really consolidating at the end, pushing it all in, drawing hands onto the knee itself. Maybe just pause. And then a nice little knee massage. Into the sides if you get there. And something. Sure, there's fluids able to move around the knee nicely. Feel a little bit warmer. It's a good sign. We've sent lots of extra blood flow there. It will help clear everything out. Lovely. And then maybe just give the hands a little thank you for all that hard work. And a little bit higher. Oh. Lovely. Let's get the shoulders moving a little bit now. Let's do a little bit of neck movement before we go down there. So this is crane's neck. We've done this a few times before, but we'll go through it slowly. It's the chin that's going to move most of this. I'm going to let the chin go a little bit closer to the chest. Drop the chin down. Feel the neck open. And then draw it up quite close to the face. Going to go up into the sky. A little look up. And then slowly bring it back down. One more time, nice and slow. To the chest and then neutral. Lovely. Okay. That felt all right. We're going to just take it a tiny bit deeper. So I'm going to do a hand posture now. So I've got this opening here. This is our tiger mouths at the ready. I'm going to pop it on that first proper rib. So this is our girdle meridian. So if you can imagine where that would sit, and if it's a little bit uncomfortable, it's a little bit lower than one of the points we do. Mine's quite sore, I'll be honest. My ribs there, they're not exactly pleasant. Okay, so this movement, I'm going to start with my chin up. I'm going to take it to the chest, and then I'm going to scoop it forward so the chin's going to pop out. And then I'm going to let the chin guide up to the sky. Lovely. Chin's going to start to come in. Nice and close to the face. Double chins are perfect here. And then bring it forward. Should feel a nice release of the neck and the back. But if it's a bit strong, just let the hands release. And drop it down. This time when you scoop, if it's comfy, take an inhale as you go up. Scooping up with the inhale. And soften down with the exhale. Couple more, scoop up. Draw in. And soften with the exhale. Last one. You can make it small if you like. And bring it to neutral. Hands release. Give the shoulders a little wriggle. Okay, and then you're welcome to have a little move of the neck in any other way that works for you. I'm a side to side kind of girl, but there's all different ways. We all have our favourite nice, safe way to move our own neck. Okay, so the next one, it's similar to that push and pull that we had. Okay, so we're almost going to do the same thing, but out to the sides of the body this time. So we're not going to go above shoulder width, but if they want to be lower, that's still fine. Okay, so I'm going to have my hands at my side of the body, and then I'm going to gently let them flow up to the sides. Just have a little check-in with this to begin with. Slowly release. Everything soften. Two more, nice and slow. And release. One more. Draw up, draw energy from the earth. Lovely. Check in with that horizon. Feel the atmosphere there. And then sink. Let everything soften. Really let those shoulders ease out. Lovely. Lovely. Have a little move. Have a little wriggle. Have a little check in. Okay. So it's a similar idea here with this movement. Relaxing the arms, points, drawing in, pushing out. So let the arms come up to the horizon. Remember, they can be a bit lower if that's more comfortable. I'm going to let the fingers raise up. So I've got definite tension here. This could be quite strong. Can we push out a little? And then soften hands, soften elbows, soften shoulders. Draw in. Push out. Push in with the palms there, out to our limit. Soften hands, soften elbows, soften all. Shoulders draw in. One more time. Push. Soften. Draw in. Excellent. Come out one more time. Push. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale and everything softens. let the tension go. If it's built up in the shoulders there. So we're going to go for a few of those with the breath. I'm going to push out and push my breath out and match it with and draw in as I draw the breath in. But if you feel like it's more comfortable to do the breath the other way round, that's also totally fine. Okay, this is kind of a see how it works for you movement. So the arms soften. We draw up. Palms come up. I'm going to push out and then draw in. Push. Relax and draw in. Push. Soften. Draw in. One more. Push out. Draw in. And palms can soften. And have a little release. A little wriggle. A little sway. Lovely. How's that feeling for everyone?
Really good.
Time. We all know that I'm not good at my timekeeping. And I charged my watch up and it's just not, it's just dead. I think I'm having a weird electrical day. Everything's going a bit crazy. Okay. So we'll just start to gather everything now. So I've got a slightly different closing for this one. If it's a bit much, then please feel free to stick to your normal gather. But for this one, we're going to grab a big ball. So got palms open. Maybe it's slightly like a ballet posture here. Can we take it above the head? That's only got 5 minutes. Okay, and then we're gonna turn around. Sorry, someone's hungry, obviously. And then we're gonna let that fall down. So the ball's gonna start to fall. Imagine a big balloon there, wherever it wants to come. I'm gonna draw it back in front of the body. Maybe not quite as high as it was before, so it's feeling a bit heavier here. And then it's gonna lighten. Like there's helium in it, and this weight is gonna drift away. And I'm gonna take it back up to the sky. It's nice and light up here. Lovely. We're bringing it round, taking it. A little bit of spinal rotation, opening up. Lovely. Take it down to the belly area. Take it up one more time, over to the side. Draw up. Lovely. We bring it down and then we're going to swap directions, okay? If you've got it in you. If not, pause here. Going to take it down. It's going to come to the belly. We'll just have a little check-in with our lower dantian, and then we're going to reverse it. So we're going to go for 3 if you've got it in you. Take it to the side. Draw up. 1. Bring it down. Nice big circle. Back to the abdomen. 2. Last one. Make it smaller if you need to. Drawing up over the head. We're bringing it all back in now. Spiraling back into the body. Bring it back to center. Let the hands soften a little. Let the elbows soften. Hold the posture for just a second more if you can. Relax the shoulders. Take a 3 belly breaths here and then we'll release out of it. Drawing in through the nose, belly expands. And soften. 2 more. all the tension go, and then we can draw that into the belly. So rest hands on the tummy there, connect shoulders, release, back, neck, soften. Just have a little notice of how you're feeling now. Anything that might have changed or come up. And then we're going to finish with a tiny bit of a face rub. So if you've got warm hands, this is less important, but you might want to just bring a little bit of warmth and energy into the hands. And we're going to go for the whole face. Lots of integration today. So we're drawing up the center, past the folds of the mouth, folds of the nose, up to the top of the forehead. Open out and bring it down. And the whole face into touch there. Under the chin. Go to a pressure point then. And up we go again. Lovely. Whole face softens in response. Times. And then let's finish on a little bit of a prayer breath. So I'm holding my prayer a little bit lower than you might traditionally hold it. You might want to sit here. I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to be pressing into the chest with the palms here. So we're pressing onto a really nice pressure point here. So there is a bit more to this prayer position than you might necessarily think, okay? So we're just going to do 3 breaths here. Just to close, I'm going to give a little bit of pressure into the chest with the inhale. So pressure and breathe in. Release that with the exhale. 2 more. Last one. And you can let them completely go with the exhale there. Everything soft. Everything free, moving, flowing nicely for you. Okay,